Another thing I wanted to find out from you is that your works,
Yeah.
you were the first Nigerian at the Nigerian pavilion at the 57th Venice Biennale in 2017. If you can quickly talk about that and how that work has impacted on what you are doing presently.
I mean, there were three of us, curated by two Nigerians. The main curator, Adinrele Shonariwo, who is the founder and the owner of Relay Gallery that you have today. Then you have another curator, Emmanuel Iduma. Then you have three artists, myself. Then you have Peju Alatishe. Then you have Kudus Onokeku, who is a choreographer, So that is three of us that represented Nigeria for the first time at the Venice Biennale. And I mean, like, it's one of those things that is done by every country, by every nation. And I would say I was privileged and honored to be called to be one of those great artists to take part in that Biennale in 2017. So it's great because, I mean, there is so much creativity coming out from Nigeria, and we have to keep letting the world know and tell our stories in the best way we can, and being part of other global conversations that has to do with art, music, as you can see, photography, anything that is worth giving a nation a good cultural currency. I am up for it.
Okay, that's fine. Another thing in terms of for the benefits of the youths and also people in the diaspora, is there an economic aspect to this?
I would think so. I mean, like, of course, there are economics. I mean, they are self-employed. Every artist that a lot of the artists are self-employed. I mean, there are those that are doing portraitures, there are graphic designer, there are photographers that cover weddings and events and all of that. Of course, there is economic value to creativity anywhere in the world, So for those young people in the diaspora, there is so much going on. There is NFT that we talk about now, you understand, So there are digital art, there are animations. I mean, we should always learn to look beyond just the canvas and the pens and stuff like that, because I mean, you have to realize that in different generations that is different from you and I. So our kids now are like, I mean, they are not looking for laptop to do things. They can do it on the phone, you understand? Whereas we didn't even have desktop to do our own. Now you can't put a desktop, you can't put a laptop. Now everything can be done. They can shoot a movie on a phone, edit it on that phone, distribute it on that phone, and so when it comes to creativity, we have to be really broad-minded and realize that we also have people back home that are consuming these things, and the knowledge that we can have abroad and all of those things will be very helpful to have that knowledge transfer back home as well. So of course it has commercial value for a lot of the ecosystem that surrounds creativity.
Okay. In terms of the work that you have done and the works that other artists from Nigeria, from Africa are doing, where do you see the world of art in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's hard for me. That is one question that I've shy away from answering because nobody knows tomorrow. I mean, there were shows that were canceled. There were people that planned for 2020 5 years ago, 10 years ago. 2020 came and nothing happened, right? So we are still kind of struggling with that kind of. So anytime that question comes, I'm like, to be very honest, I don't know, So if somebody had told me 2 years ago that I would be like installing the work at St. Paul's, which is one of the most reverend place in your history, in UK's history and all of that, I would say, you understand. But the thing is to have hope. My own is to always have hope. Okay, hope for the very best and work towards that. Not just to have an empty hope without working. Have faith in the future, also work towards that, because faith without work, as the Bible says, is you are just wasting your time, So to say this is where I see the African is going in a good direction.